All right, what's up, guys? Here to bring you guys Turner Talk number 20, and that's how to be a good partner. How to be a good partner. I think the first thing we got to think about, and this is hard, especially for kids that are just starting, and even for people that have been wrestling for a long time. Sometimes they're not a very good partner, not an effective partner. And being a good partner is obviously good for the person that you're working with, right? That's altruistic, that's being a good teammate, that's being a good person, helping people out. But at the same time, it's getting you better too, because you're developing your partners, and I'll get into that at the very end. But first aspect of being a really good partner is you shouldn't fall down for your partner, meaning like they just took the shot or they did the whatever attack it was, and then you just literally fell down for them. Okay, that's not giving them a look. That's not going to be realistic. So whenever they get to the match, they're not going to be able to hit their techniques on someone that's resisting or doing anything because they're not used to that kind of feeling. So you want to give them some resistance, okay? And that's actually leading into the next point. Give them some resistance, but not so much resistance that you're stopping them from completing the movement, okay? And this is what I mean by that. So like, for instance, say it's this person's first time to ever hit a double leg. So they're in on my leg. I would be giving very, very, very minimal resistance, which means at that point, if it's the very first time they do it, I'm probably not giving much resistance at all, but I'm not just falling over, okay? I'm giving enough resistance to where I'm standing and they have to drive through and take me down. And as we progress and as they get better, then I'll start to give them more resistance and more resistance and more resistance, okay? Does that make sense? I don't want to give them so much resistance that they can't complete the movement. The third point is I want to talk to my partner and coach them up as we're going, right? Like, especially if I know what I'm doing a little bit better than my partner, or I kind of really understand this part of the movement, I want to be coaching them up while we're going, like, oh, you didn't step deep enough there, make sure to keep your head up and run across here, okay? By coaching them up and going through the movements, that's making me go over it in my head too. And now, I don't want to be an annoying partner, right? Like acting like the coach. I'm not doing that, but I'm having an honest and open dialogue with my partner, right? I'm not overcorrecting them. I don't need to correct them every single time. I can let them work through some stuff. But when I really understand that they're doing something incorrect, then I help them out as I go. I don't just let them keep doing it wrong and just keep moving on. No, I help them develop it and get it better, because the better they get at it, then the better look that they're gonna give me as well. The fourth point is get up fast, okay? Stop wasting so much time on the mat. I see so many kids waste so much time in between their drills. And when you're wasting time in between your drills, that starts to add up, right? If I drill for 150 days in a year, and I waste, 2 minutes every single time that I'm drilling a technique, then that's a lot of time wasted over the whole season. So, and then once you start to compound not just one season, but 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons of wasting all this time, then that's a lot of development that I left behind. And I tell my kids this all the time: you only get a certain amount of time to get on that mat. And your career isn't forever. High school, college, it's marked. There's only a couple years. High school is 4 years, college 4 or 5 years. That's it. That's all you get. And then some people can continue on to the next level. The very, very elite portion of our sport do continue to the next level, world level, Olympic level. And of course, that should be everybody's aspirations, but it's not realistic that everybody makes it there. So enjoy the time that you get, man, and don't waste your time in practice. And so get up fast. I actually used to play a game with myself when I was wrestling my partners in practice. I would always make sure that I was the first one up. No matter if they were hitting the technique or I was hitting the technique, I was going to be the first one up every single time. And not only did that develop my psyche and my conditioning, but it also helped me to start feeling how to like really break somebody, because you can break somebody mentally by just getting up faster than them every single time. And that's the same thing as like in a match. If I come back to the center every time and I'm prepared, that starts to chip away at that person, because they could be like still on the mat, finally get up and look over, and I'm already back in the center prepared, and they're like, oh man, this guy, I don't know what to think about this guy. They're already starting to feel sorry for themselves, but add that little extra pressure on, and that's how you really break somebody. And then the final point that I want to make is that being a good partner helps you get better as well. Not only are you going over the technique and having to continue to develop what your understanding of the technique is, but you're also making that partner that you're wrestling with better. So when they wrestle you, they're going to give you better looks, right? And when they wrestle you in live, they're going to be a better wrestler. So it's a better person for you to sharpen your skills against. and then they're a better teammate. And then all these things are going to be better for you in the long run. So, yeah, being a good partner is good, and it helps the person that you're wrestling with for sure, but it also helps you develop as well. So, you want to make sure that you're a good partner, okay? So, to wrap it up really quick, Turner Talk number 20, first point is don't just fall down for your partner. Make sure you're giving them a little bit of resistance. Okay, second point, don't give so much resistance that you're stopping them from doing the movement. Okay, just enough to really let them get a feel for it. Third point is make sure you're talking with them. Make sure you're coaching them up. Make sure you're encouraging them. Fourth point was to get up fast. Okay, make sure you're not sitting on the mat. And then the fifth point was when you're being a better partner for somebody else and you're making them better, then in turn, they're going to make you better. So it's better for you. Okay, so might have got kind of long-winded on that one. Turner Talk number 20, being a good partner. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, do all those things. And then also a big shout out to M-Stamp Media for helping us with these Turner Talks, and that's why they look so good. If you want to holler at him too, it's probably a good idea if like you're getting married or anything like that, because they do all kinds of different videos. If you didn't know, Michael Stamp's the one that runs M-Stamp Media, and he majored in OCU. He majored in production, film production, and all that stuff. He does photography and everything. So yeah, you might want to holler at him. Thanks.